My name's Steve Stierwalt. I'm a full-time farmer from Sodoris, Illinois, and I currently serve as the State Association President of the Soil and Water Conservation Districts. I've been involved with soil and water conservation districts since the middle 90s. This is just my 4th year of being involved with NACD. I became involved when I was elected president of the State Association, and I currently serve as the delegate to the annual meeting, and have really enjoyed getting involved with NACD and see what they're doing. I've been involved with my local district since I think 1996, and it's basically become a passion to the conservation. Conservation is something that's always interested me, and so I've been with that for a long time. Why do conservation districts matter? What I think is important is that there are 3,000 conservation districts all across the country, and to me, all conservation is local. What I think is so cool about soil and water conservation districts is we are local. We understand local people. We identify local resource concerns. And so, in my opinion, conservation, to really become long-term and sustainable, needs to be driven from the local area on up, instead of trying to build something, a national platform, and go the other way. Why does NACD matter? As I say, all conservation is local, but my observation, as I've had a chance to work with both government and industry, to be able to, for industry people, they need something that they can work with on a national level. My observation is that conservation is not optional. They expect conservation. And so government and industry are trying, at all levels, are trying to figure out how to interact and how to answer this concern. And I think what's the great opportunity for soil and water conservation districts, why soil and water conservation districts matter, is because we are local. We can, to really have an effect on issues, we need, it's local people solving local problems. But then how NACD becomes involved, that for both government and industry, we need to be able to measure and coordinate these efforts at a national level. And so NACD is in a great position to, as I say, coordinate and actually help facilitate what government and industry groups are needing. And as we as conservation districts, we need a national voice that I think NACD could be the national voice that actually helps facilitate the opportunity to work, for conservation districts to do their work locally, but yet take credit on a national scale, so that helps these national and multinational companies meet their goals. We could be, as NACD, could be that conduit to helping them meet their national goals through our local districts. I think NACD's potential legacy is to be a convener to facilitate these local efforts, and actually be able to then cause the local districts. But the problem, as I see it, is that to reach our goals locally, we need to have a voice on a national stage. And so they're intertwined. And with my bias, at least, that all conservation is local, that NACD is in a position to help facilitate our local districts to be, if not a voice, the voice in conservation. And what I think is so unique about what conservation districts through NACD can do is to be the convener. Conservation is what we do. That is our specialty. And if we can be the voice for agriculture that is non-threatening, shall we say, to the environmental community and to the conservation communities, and where we can convene those voices between the agricultural groups that are needing to make a profit, to be sustainable. To be sustainable is not only to take care of the ground, but you have to make a profit to be sustainable. We don't own the land, we're caretakers for the next generations. And so if we don't do the best job we can, then it doesn't, even better than we think we can. This valuable resource won't be the same resource for the next generations. I think the NACD's future is really bright because of just what I mentioned before, that being in conservation right now is where it's at. As I said, it's to the generations growing up, it's not an option. It is what they expect. And so farmers have an opportunity through our practices to make a huge difference in carbon, in water quality, in any environmental issue that are so topical today. We have an opportunity to really be a big player in that. Why should someone get involved with NACD? The old saying is, this world is run by the people who show up. And it is so true. But if we don't become involved, if we don't take the opportunity to give our voice and help shape policy, we shouldn't complain, quite frankly, when policy doesn't go the way we think it should. We need to show up. We need to be there. We need to be a part of the process.